I would encourage your board and the county and everybody to get together and have a dialogue about it, because I think the window is open for sure.
But may I ask the board, I think that the code has a preference towards co-location. I'm not sure the building just another new tower somewhere else satisfies that requirement. I thought they were talking about using existing tall structures. If I understand, I think I understand the thrust of this conversation with Mr. Diana, I think it might be talking about building a new tower rather than locating on an existing tower.
No, he said that after it was going to interfere with the 911 system, then he would also consider allowing the tower to be built on the topography at the county property.
Because it would be higher, therefore the tower would be lower, less intrusive. It's already kind of busy over there anyway. So.
Not disputing that, just pointing out that it doesn't really satisfy. We're talking about doing everything to satisfy the co-location requirement. That's where the original discussion went. It's not really doing that.
Right, but yours doesn't either.
I understand that.
Okay.
But we're already here with the design.
Yeah. I understand. But if we can get one that
we have dialogue.
Let's see.
Sir, I think we should have some technical dialogue. Our issue of looking at where the water tank is, where the tower is, and numerous scores of applications from the industry saying that they can co-locate with any other service and will not cause interference. I think a discussion on the technical aspect of what's the interference issue, because I'm confused by it at the present time. And I agree that what I was talking about is, number one, co-locating on one of those two structures. The issue of another tower was secondary to any of my comments.
And may I just add, I just want to make clear to the board and the public, this idea of interference on the county, that's not coming from us. That's coming from the county. So I just want the board to know we're negotiating and moving forward in good faith.
The board agrees, can we instruct or give authorization to Mr. Coleman to meet with county?
Everybody get together and whoever needs to talk with whoever sounds good. Yeah. The public wants to talk as well, but I agree. I think
that we should give them authorization to go ahead and meet with them, so that we can come to the and the committee. I mean, it's probably on the right.
Yeah, and again, I think the applicant also probably has to be on this meeting. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody should kind of talk and decide how they're going to approach the county. But I think what you're hearing from us is we do want to follow up with Mr. Church's suggestion and follow up with a discussion with Mr. Diana. Maybe we could educate him and he will drop his concern about the water tower. Everybody will be happy and you guys can go up the water tower.
And I'd also like to know the impact, if this can be less of an impact, not only for the technical, but also on the bird sanctuary. I mean, that's a valuable asset to Goshen.
Well, that's what he said. So, the county considers it a significant impact to all those things. So that goes into the mix already.
I didn't hear the end of the GML letter. Was that a finding of local determination? What was the conclusion?
The local determination.
So it was a finding of local determination.
Right.
With a lot of comments.
Yeah,
Okay. Now, as the public, we wanted. Yes, sir. Yeah. I have a microphone, Mr. Attorney.
My name is John. My name is John Monroe. I live over in Goshen and Houston Road. I have just two questions. I'm most concerned about the effects of something like this on the wetlands and so forth. And I wouldn't be even interested in something like that if I lived in the area, if it was going to impact on the wetlands in any way. Because we're losing wetlands, we're losing all that stuff now. The other thing is, the tower is supposed to be, what, 67 feet tall or something like that? 80 feet. The trees in the area are, what, 70 some odd feet? And it comes to a point, if they made it any smaller, the trees would interfere with the tower, right?
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah. And what are you going to do when the trees grow? Simple as that. You're going to cut them down?
What are you doing, the leaves?
Oh, no, well, I mean, yeah, but you're going to cut the trees down when they grow. Because I know I live in I have an oak tree in my yard, grows 10 feet every year. You know? and you're gonna get to the top of that tower pretty damn soon with the trees. So what do? Trim the trees, cut them down, or what?
That's probably trim the dropping the trees.
Yeah.
But again,
There's a maximum height of
75 feet. Yeah, I think this is a pretty mature forest over there where they're talking about. These are probably pretty maxed out.
Well, the trees, I have a couple of trees in my place, they're 80, 90 years old. And,
Is there a waste site or?
they were there when I was a little kid. But I'm just curious, because I don't like to see the wetlands are that disturbed anymore. I don't like to see it disturbed, period.
Yeah, they're not actually going to be disturbing physically the wetlands, but what the county's saying is aesthetically and other ways there may be impacts to the utilization.
And the other thing is, I used to camouflage stuff in the Army. You camouflage a tank, you still got a tank. You camouflage a tree, you still got a tree, and they can spot it from the air. And all you need is a colorblind person to drive through and look at it, and they'll spot it in 2 seconds.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, Bob.
You know, John, it's funny you talk about colorblind. My uncle was a forward observer in WW2. He said the same thing.
Yeah.
The clarity that he could see was unbelievable.
Yeah, the spotting planes, they used to use colorblind people, but they penetrate the camouflage.
Do the same thing.
The jail sits on 360-acre plot. I believe Diana would be wrong not to let this project go if it is technically within reason to put it on the tower or put it on the place. Right now, it looks like the spy ship, the Pueblo, with all the antennas. So one more antenna ain't going to make much difference. Rather than have it up there, where I think it belongs, technically it's a better place from what I'm hearing tonight. The only thing is a little pressure on Mr. Diana, and he likes money. We know that. Little contribution to his war chest could probably do miracles. Incredible. But we'll go on after that. I hope Miss O'Hearn has him on tape. That's always good.
Again, David. Come on, get it.
I hear a little hatred, is that what you want?
Yeah, let's get the angst out.
No, but in the serious side, I don't think it belongs on the Handler property. It belongs up on that hill if it's feasible.
Okay, thank you.
And perhaps all involved will dialogue. Your turn. Oh, wait, sing.
Want me to sing? Betsy Dunleavy, 22 Oakcrest Drive, Goshen, New York. I just have to say, in driving down the highways in this country, that is no way looks like a tree. They are god-awful looking. They're worse than a tower, as far as I'm concerned. I'm just echoing what everyone else has said. There's so much going on that hill. The county needs to give a little. It doesn't belong near the bird sanctuary. I don't know where the 60-foot trees you're talking about are, but that's a huge open wetland with birds, and sequoia does not belong there. Thank you.
Betsy, you see that picture? That's the make-believe trees. They look real good.
Lynn Barber, Landlord's Lane, Pine Bush, New York. I'm with Audubon Bird Sanctuary, and I would love to see it on the hill. The hill's already ugly. It might as well have one more ugly thing. And I don't think it's really going to bother the birds if the trees are 77 feet tall and the tower's going to be 5 feet tall. I mean, I was sitting here saying, oh, we can't have it if it's too tall because it'll interfere with the birds. I don't think that's the case, but the hill is big and tall and it needs more attraction. That's how I tell people where the sanctuary is. Look for the water towers.
You know, it's a very good point the lady brought up in the Audubon Society. When I and other brave souls fought the Orange County Jail, one of our points was, why are you going to build that facility there? Because it is going to interfere with the birds and the hawks. And obviously it didn't. So, we were wrong.
It did.
Oh, yeah.
You leave it to deer and those. Anything that walks on the ground is affected.
Oh, we have lots of deer.
Deer are wiped out.
Millions of deer.
Can I ask you a question? The trees out there at the site, are they deciduous? Will they lose their leaves? They appear to be.
I think it's a mix.
Deserve it?
Yeah, I'm not an arborist, but it looks like a mix.
Okay. Like come winter time, when you're on the highway, you're looking over.